Alright, we're back in it again in some Starfield. Today is going to be a little weird. It's raining pretty heavily, and because of that, some water is leaking into the basement, and I have to occasionally step out and mop up the floor. So I'll be periodically just stepping out and coming back in minutes at a time, maybe.
After work tonight?
Welcome to Sick Heart's Outfitters.
I think I need a break.
You don't sell suits here, right? This doesn't really look like a suit store.
Welcome to Sick Heart's Outfitters. Everything you need to explore the settled systems. If I don't have it, you don't need it.
It's a date.
That's a pretty nice tagline. I'll take every artifact you have in stock.
An artifact? Are you making this up? Well, like I said, if I don't have it, you don't need it. But I have a lot of other things you need.
I
I've
guess
spent years perfecting my business by polling customers, measuring sales, and carefully adjusting my inventory to cater to just about everyone. So take your time, look around, ask me questions. You won't be disappointed.
he's technically not wrong. I don't need the artifact.
Thank you for noticing. I have a lot of overhead in this place, and just between you and me, I am up to my eyeballs in debt. This is a prime spot right next to the spaceport terminal, but the bills and the rent here are astronomical.
How about I invest in this store if you give me a portion of the money occasionally? Yeah, it sounds like you didn't do proper financial planning. What happened
That
here?
was the case, but I promise you, I
Oh.
budgeted for everything. Anyway, I don't want to bore you with the details of my business all day. You're here to shop. So why don't you help out a poor shopkeeper like myself and buy something?
How long have you been in the
I've been at
business?
this location for the last 8 years, but I've had a business in Neon for almost 20. As soon as Ryujin broke ground on the tower, I knew the city would start swarming with people, so I went all in. I love this business. It's my life. I can't imagine doing anything else.
So I can't invest in you or anything?
My dear mother would have said the same thing. The fees here are quite expensive, and I'm barely making ends meet. But I've always been quite stubborn. It has not always been easy, but I've been at this location for 8 years, and I won't give up. My business is my pride and joy. You won't find another store like mine on Neon, so please support my business with your patronage. You won't be disappointed.
Okay. I find it weird
You don't
that
see it, you don't need it.
that tagline is so ridiculous. I find it weird that Sarah was so annoyed with me for just saying that. It sounds like he had a poor business plan. Not like I was insulting him, really. Kind of. Okay, these are nice spacesuits and all. Do you have a suit? Oh. Okay. Not quite what I want. Corp wear. Business wear. So this is what this guy is wearing, it looks like. Corp wear. Yeah, 100 credits does not cut it. What was she thinking just giving me 100 credits? Yeah, I'll take the Digipix too while we're here.
Kid in New Atlantis ended up working at the fisheries in Neon.
So there's
Having
the
fun.
elevator. Who's this about? What's this? Who are you? Zola.
I'm sorry. Do I know you? Conversation it is. You have piqued my interest. Besides, I intend to take full advantage of this business trip.
Your hair looks like it's just sitting on top of your head. How'd you do that? That's pretty impressive.
That would be Infinity Ltd. Risky, you say? By all means, enlighten me. While it is difficult for anyone to match Ryujin's prices, we believe our partnership may finally tip those scales. Their instability was cited as a pain point, but one we could deal with as long as we maintained control of all joint projects. However, upheaval always comes with its own series of issues: delays, morale, public perception, and Drexler has yet to prove he can provide the consistency that I would prefer. Perhaps it really is more than I'm willing to undertake.
Interesting that I'm able to convince her like this.
I admit,
And she has a
I'm aware
whole
of this trend.
actual
We're willing
response.
to collaborate in hopes of helping Infinity make the leap beyond Ryujin, but there are no guarantees. A surprising conversation, and one I would never expect from someone such as yourself.
What does that
I
mean?
suppose the old saying, "Never judge a book by its cover," is appropriate here.
What is that supposed to
Seems I have
mean?
quite a bit to reconsider now. So it looks like the pleasure aspect of my trip needs to be postponed. Thank you for the insight.
I look amazing. What was that supposed to mean? Screw you too. But that was interesting. Usually when you do persuasion options, they don't really respond to what you're saying. Oh, what's this? Cool.
All these years, and Bayou hasn't let this place slip a single notch. The man knows how to run a business.
You look like quite the businessman yourself.
As do you. Tell me, you don't happen to work for Infinity Ltd, do you? Got something against Infinity, I take it. I'd love to hear your reasons why.
I like how these people are willing to listen to me when I'm just some random dude.
That's an awfully big claim to make. You'd have to have some inside details on their operation. However, it does match some of my own research that I've been conducting into their finances.
That sounds wild.
Aren't you the resourceful one? That number tracks with the insider details I've been getting. Interesting. Look, it was nice meeting you, and I quite enjoyed our little talk. But it sounds like I need to take another look at some data before I head into this presentation of theirs. See you around, and maybe next time I'll be doing business with you.
Huh. Well, that was easy to convince them. Hi, is it okay if I go past you?
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet
Okay,
seems to be
you scared the
everywhere?
hell out of me when you started talking.
Be done.
Would there be another way in here? I guess I probably could have stolen some key. Oh, I'm out of here. Don't mind me.
I hope you have some good news for me.
Well, that wasn't too bad, was it?
You say that as if you saw every single thing I did. Piece
You're
of
a
cake.
natural. I'm not just saying that because I hired you. The Astral Lounge can be overwhelming for some, with all its bells and whistles. Tie that in with manipulating people who are the equivalent of their boss's boss, most junior-level ops would start to show their cracks.
Overall, not bad for your first high-profile assignment. You even earned yourself a bonus, which Lyndon was more than happy to give.
That's exceptionally kind of you, Imogen.
What? That felt so random. Who's Lyndon?
Don't tell me you forgot already. Our financial guru? They're brilliant with
Oh.
numbers. Also, if you ever want an honest opinion about anything, just ask them. They're honest to a fault, and often give their opinion on something whether you want it or not.
I'm quite poor with names, so don't expect me to
Only as
remember
common as
them.
the flawless assignments you pull off. No one wants to clean up a mess. It takes a toll on several departments, which is why we like to promote a clean assignment.
Alright.
I like to recommend something fun or shiny and new. You never know when life will take a turn, especially in this line of work. But no rest for the weary at Ryujin. We've got a decent backlog of assignments, and they just keep coming, so I hope you're still good to go. At least this next one will be a break from all the chatter.
Bit late for that flash flood warning. Alright. What's next?
Your next assignment is to remind the competitor of their place in the corporate food chain.
Some call it retaliation, but we like to think of it as tough love.
Am I beating someone up this time? Yeah, what did they do?
Let's just say we don't tolerate theft or smear campaigns against us.
Okay, that's fair enough.
If you want to steal in this industry, you better not get caught. And if you want to tarnish our good name, you better be ready for repercussions.
Whoops, my headphones just came off. Okay. Is this like a
Not
Kelcorp
quite.
assignment?
When you uploaded that virus onto KeltCorp's network, that was a warning intended to slow down their internal productivity. KeltCorp suffered the effects of that silently, although I guarantee they endured some serious client complaints. This assignment is about making our target look completely negligent in the public eye.
Oh. Okay. I'm ready for the
Most
details.
corporations live and die by public perception. Trusted products lead to a good reputation, which leads to profits. And, like it or not, we're all here for the profits.
Your assignment is to plant an ARC device. The ARC will allow us to frame our competitor for gross negligence and tank the public's perception.
Okay. What is the ARC device?
ARC stands for Assault, Reprogram, Corrupt. We think of it as a multi-tool of sorts. The ARC locates hard wiring and manipulates the information current being sent back and forth.
Depending on the situation, it's designed to do all sorts of things, but inevitably, they all result in malfunction.
Yeah, can people get hurt from
You're
this?
not wrong. Believe me, we don't take these assignments lightly. They're also one of few that Masako herself needs to sign off on, and only our most trusted operatives receive them.
You just need to plant the ARC and avoid detection. Our technicians will handle the rest, and they're instructed to avoid as much harm as possible.
Okay. You say so. There we go. Now we're in. I like the idea that your mission is to sneak in, but you're just jumping around, running all over the place, hopping off the top of this ship, trying to figure out where the entrance to it is. And everyone's just watching you do that. Well. Really? That was it? Okay. Easy enough. I mean, the jobs get bigger, but the situation's
there.
still just
Got
as
an
simple
update
as
for me?
the first one. What's going to happen now?
Now I get to let the in-office team know that the ball is in their court. Depending on their instructions, they can use the remote access to do anything from equipment failure to massive explosions.
Please
In
no
the case of
massive
servers,
explosion.
It could be gross information leaks, a hardware failure. Basically, whatever might hurt their public perception the most.
It's done, but this feels a little extreme.
Your concern is noted, but unfortunately, extreme measures are the only ones that work in a situation like this.
Now, on to the next, right? Oh, but before I forget, the results of your Astral Lounge escapades are in. I'm happy to say that the deal was officially called off.
Masako was pretty happy about the results, so she arranged for a small bonus through Linden.
It won't buy you a new ship, but it's something.
How much did I get?
I wouldn't hold your breath on that one. Several other parties will be involved in that deal on a more legitimate level. And believe me, bonuses like this for operatives are few and far between.
Okay, how'd the
My
presentation
sources
go?
tell me it was a train wreck. Once her numbers didn't match up, Arthur was all over her with questions. It didn't take long for her to break composure, and that's when she lost Zola. So you could say that presentation went perfectly, as far as we're concerned. Hence the bonus.
Nice to hear.
You earned it. So, back to business. In order to stay on top of the market, we have to know what our competition is doing. The next assignment requires a more brute force approach, since the chances of them sharing that information is unlikely.
Okay. I sabotaged the company for stealing from us. This is classic hypocrisy. Whatever. That's how it works in this world. We have to do whatever it takes to remain in the industry. Let me guess. Brute force. We're going to steal from them.
Correction. You are going to steal from them. Don't forget, if you get caught, Ryujin will deny all knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, aren't you
Oh, we
innovative enough?
definitely are. But why stay one step ahead when you can just leave the competition in the dust?
That's fair.
We reverse engineer their plans, create a superior product, and beat them to market. We make the initial profit with less investment in R&D, and our competition is forced to reevaluate if their product is even viable.
Cool. Let's do this.
Good. Luckily, there aren't many, besides the usual. Your target is a prototype schematic for a new engine that Trident Luxury Lines is working on. According to the rumors, it's projected to be 17% more efficient than any engine on the market. The current schematic was sent to their star yard to begin prototyping, so they could be in the office area or the factory floor.
Can I get some
The
details?
star yard is a mix of sales floor and manufacturing. If you're looking to blend in, you've definitely got options. It's not too far, in Aquila's orbit, so hopefully your ship's ready.
Alright, got it.
You'll find the Trident Luxury Line star yard orbiting Aquila in the Cheyenne system. Remember, same rules apply. Don't get caught, and don't make a mess.
So, do I get
Can I
to
help you?
get that upgrade on my ship if I do this? I'd love it if I do. Oh. Accept. More bounty hunters? Why do you even bother? Hello? Okay. Why aren't you locking on? Get over here.
Target's shields are offline.
Okay, one of you is done. And we're done. Congratulations. You did that to yourselves.
Captain, it is pleasant to see you.
What's up, people?
Do you have business? I'm not certain why we're visiting this star yard. It's doubtful any of us have the credits to afford these overpriced vessels.
I probably have the credits for it.
Just making sure everyone feels safe.
Oh, I have to get in here. Alright. And we're out of here. Okay. That's good to hear. Let me land now. I don't carry contraband. There's no point in it. I see no benefit in carrying contraband in this game. The one well, there are two contraband that I've found in this game. One is 10,000 credits and the other was like 600 credits. and that's really not much to me. I have over 100,000 credits, and I haven't even been really actively trying to make money. And I only have 100,000 credits because I spent like 200,000 to upgrade my perk.
Just the person I wanted to see. You got that schematic?
Yep. What's your plan for the
We'll
schematic?
have our research and development team take a look. If there's anything notable, we'll reverse engineer it, then recreate it with our own spin. And believe me, by the time our engineers are through, Trident won't even recognize it.
Hey, what's up? I didn't even realize that my chat would be still there after someone else joins.
And we aim to keep it that way.
It's
I
going
need
good.
to
How are
relay
you?
this to Vina so she can start the reverse engineering process. But first, Ulara wants to see you. I've upgraded your security level so you can access the executive floor, where her office is. Tell her assistant Maeve you have an appointment. I won't be far behind, in case you get lost.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like, I'm certain I don't see previous chats whenever I join streams. Nice, nice. This stream is gonna be a little weird because I have to step out here and there since there's water leaking into the basement, so I have to go clean that up every now and then.
I think that was the single most stressful
That is an absolute craftsmanship. It's unparalleled.
Oh my gosh, so early.
Carved.
Sorry about that.
Name and appointment.
I'm supposed to see
Confirmed.
Laru Chen.
Ularu is wrapping up a meeting with Genevieve. You can wait here or in the lobby area. I'll let you know when she's ready to see you. I see Imogene Salzo is supposed to be with you.
I'm right here, Maeve.
Good. It should just be a moment. Well, sooner than I thought. Looks like Ularu's ready now.
You know, if they aren't willing, that leaves us with only one option.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Is that always your response? I don't want another PR mess on my hands.
Yes, Viv, because you're too good at your job. Now, we can talk details later. My next appointment's here.
Fine, but you can break this news to Alexis at our next meeting.
Don't cause any.
Oh yeah, this is the person that everyone said was the top of the company and
You're
everyone
finally
hates.
here. The one I've been hearing so much about. I'm Ularu Chen, head of operations here at Ryujin. So tell me, what do you think of your new job so far?
It's been pretty easy. Theft, this job seems right up my alley. Yeah, let's go
In
with
that
theft.
case, it sounds like our initial impression of you is turning out to be quite accurate. Now, my dear Jeannie here says you've been through the basics of what we do and pulled off success every time.
5 successful standard assignments and 1 specialized.
And on top of all that, a flawless record. It's no wonder they love you up here. I happen to have a personal assignment that I'd like to send you on. One that involves meeting up with an outside contact. Jeannie seems to think you're more than capable of handling it.
He's the best operative I've ever hired.
I got hired
Let's not
just
forget
yesterday.
The only operative you've ever hired. Meeting with outside contacts isn't always as straightforward as your past assignments. Some can be fickle or demanding, so you'll need to decide how to handle them and what decisions to make on the fly.
Sounds good. We trust people outside the company?
I'd use the word trust loosely. We maintain
That sounds about
a
right.
relationship of sorts. Those who come through get paid, and those who don't, well, they won't live to regret it.
Sounds good.
Good, because if not, I can't imagine we have much use for you here at Ryujin. Your contact
Wow,
is
that was
Simon
quick.
Rychek. He claims to have information on a new project that Infinity Ltd is working on. He said it's a game changer that Ryujin would be especially interested in. So his asking price is the big thing to consider. Finance will reimburse up to 1,000 credits. So if you have negotiation skills, use them.
Man, I thought that they'd be more willing to keep me around.
Simon's been working with us for years, so he'll pose no threat to you. He's paranoid, which is why I assume he's never been caught. But his information is typically worth it. Now, in order to confirm your identity, Simon prefers code phrases. I'll let Jeannie give you the details on this one because the concept is just beneath me.
Simon is into sports, so he enjoys any opportunity to talk about them. At some point, he'll casually say, "Looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year." You get to respond with, "Razor Derby is the only real sport." Got it?
Oh my god, you corporate types never cease to amuse me. Now I feel like I'm trapped in some kind of spy thriller B-movie.
No, for real, that sounds so silly. But okay, sounds good. Got it.
You'll find him in Sidonia, so I hope your ship's fueled. Just look for him above the Lux condos in the plaza.
You spoke very highly of this one, Jeannie. Let's hope he doesn't make a liar out of you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some things to take care of.
I hope that eventually Imogen wants me to overthrow her. Because that would be awesome. Give me Digipix. What do you have? Let me get your key card. Let me look at your computer. All right. I wonder if knowing any of this information for my character is important. Doesn't feel like it is. It's always funny to me that I could just look at their computer while they're staring at the computer, as long as I'm behind their actual body.
Haven't seen
Credits, trauma packs, sure.
not picked that easily since I traveled with Vladimir Sol.
What the dump? You lost? Or just come to ask an out-of-work miner how his day's going?
How's your day going?
Only good thing worth talking about these days is sports. Speaking of, looks like the Galactic Raiders are the #1 pick for the Universal Championship this year.
Really right to it, huh?
You're damn right it is. I heard they were sending someone new. Nice to see you made it. I have information on a deal being proposed between Infinity Ltd and Deimos Stockyards. It's my belief that your employers would be highly interested in the details. So I'm upping my price.
That's not how this
Steep,
works.
yes. But that is why I'm also offering a little side job if you can't pay up.
Well, that's a bit of a steep price for the information. I think you're overreaching.
What price are we talking about? 10,000 credits? Hell no.
For this little tidbit? Believe me, I know exactly what this is worth. I like the way you think. Perhaps. Alright, I'll lower the price. But that's my final offer. Unless you may prefer the side job now?
What's your final offer? 8,000 credits? Okay, fine. What's the side job?
You're going to like it. As you may guess, being an informant is not without its risks. I've heard there's a merc in Saturn's orbit who'd like to cross my name off her list. Milai Liskova. If you take her out and bring me her gun as proof, I'll consider my fee to be waived.
I have to do a space. I have to do space combat for this.
Liskova has a sentimental attachment to that gun. He even named it Ember. She'd never just hand it over. It saved her life once or twice. Seems whenever it falls into enemy hands, it has a tendency to backfire or jam. On top of that, she's superstitious, which makes the gun all the more precious to her.
Okay, that makes sense. What can you tell me about her?
She's a freelance mercenary, used to work for Inception Technologies. But she likes her independence, so she went into business for herself. She specializes in killing for the right price. So before you get any second thoughts, you should think of it as doing the settled systems a favor.
I'm exactly like her, so I don't really care. Finding people
Now,
is
wait
my
a
specialty.
moment. I don't believe murdering bounty hunters was included with the corporate job description.
You're doing me a tremendous favor. Just know she won't go down easily, so be prepared. Malai's ship is called the Datura, and like I said, you can find her in orbit around Saturn. Just remember to bring the gun back as proof.
I'm hoping that I could disable her ship. I'm assuming she's in a ship because he keeps saying that she's in orbit. I'm hoping I could disable her ship, go into her ship, and just tell her, yo, give me the gun and I'll let you go. I'm hoping that's going to be the case.
That's about enough. State your business, or that's more like it.
Level 20?
Tell me what you're doing here. I'll decide whether or not to strip you for salvage.
I'm here to save your life.
Oh yeah? From what? You're the only thing around here that looks like a threat to me. So, give me one good reason why I shouldn't feed you to the void.
I can get Simon to stop hunting you.
Simon will never stop. The man will hold a grudge until his dying breath.
Just give me your gun.
Perhaps. But just how do you propose we manage that? Because I intend on staying very much alive.
Simon wants your gun as proof.
He wants the very thing that protects my life. Of course he does. He knows I would never... All right. You can have Ember. But you'll have to come aboard to get her. You have my word, you won't be harmed. For whatever that's worth.
That is shocking. I did not think that she would be willing to just talk it out like that. Okay, why can't I board? What? Okay, there we go.
And you didn't even scratch the paint.
He's definitely going to point a gun at my head the moment I get to her. I have no doubts about that. Let me save again. What's up? Oh, you're not pointing a gun at me.
I'm impressed. Simon managed to find someone with guts to come after me. I suppose it shouldn't surprise me that he wants Ember as proof of
Worst
this.
case is I kill her.
He knows I'd never part with her.
What's the deal with you and
We were a
Simon?
thing for a while. Until the coward sold me out. I'm sure he regrets it, considering I survived the attempt on my life. And now, I live to blackmail him and make his life a living hell. So if Simon told you I wanted him dead, it's a lie. I want him very much alive and suffering.
That explains a lot more for why he knew so much about her.
The first time Ember and I met, she was pointed right at me. And then backfired on the gloating bastard who thought he'd won. Oh, she saved my life more times than I care to remember. In my line of work, we're always in and out of the fire, if you know what I mean.
So she keeps a faulty gun and keeps getting it stolen off of her, is what I'm hearing.
Oh, will you? You really think I'd let you just waltz onto my ship and I'd hand her over? If you knew anything about me, you'd know honesty isn't my strong suit. The only truth here is that I've intended to kill you since the moment you set foot on my ship.
That is true. She does get it back somehow.
I'm pretty sure I've already made up my mind. True, I'd hate to misjudge. Okay, fine. You've compelled me to hold up my end of the deal after all. You get Ember, I'll disappear. Besides, I like to think of this as just a temporary arrangement. She's always found her way back to me before. Why should this time be any different?
Okay, sounds good.
Oh, don't worry. I see this as some well-needed, dare I say, deserved time off. I'm looking forward to the fresh start. I guess Simon chose wisely. For once. Now get off my ship. I've got an identity to arrange and a vacation to plan.
Okay. I guess I didn't have to kill her. That's surprising.
After you.
I'm actually very curious as to what the description for the gun is now. Let me look at it. I wonder if I do try to use it, will it backfire on me? I mean, it doesn't really say anything about it. Inspect. No, yeah, it's not like Liza P where it gives you a description or anything. I guess it's just a normal gun. Looks pretty cool though. Yeah, I kind of wish it did backfire. It'd be really funny to use a gun that just backfires randomly. It kind of reminds me of some guns in Borderland. Some of those guns, they don't really help that much. They harm you more than they help you.
Just because the governor's office is right.
They're honestly some of the most fun guns I've ever played with.
Look who survived.
Even though I don't
Level
use like
herself.
most of them.
Well, either that or you decided to pay up.
Let's see.
Things aren't as easy when there's a history to consider. A moment's hesitation or slip in judgment is just a bullet in the brain.
So he thought that he wouldn't be able to pull the trigger on her?
I haven't given it much thought. The truth is, I never thought I'd see it. The only thing I know for sure is that I'm sure as hell not going to use it.
That's fair.
Just allow an old man a moment. It's strange. I always imagined I'd be happy knowing she's gone. Perhaps I've been running so long now that it will just take time for the relief to set in. You know, why don't you keep that gun of hers? I think it's time I left the past behind.
Okay. Moving on is for the best.
Let's hope you're right. Now, back to business. The information I have is on a deal for something called Project Dominion. I'm giving you 2 slates. They contain surveillance and interaction data for Stanley McMillan, the Infinity rep, that I obtained myself. I'm also giving you a 3rd slate because you're going to need to download the files on Project Dominion off his computer yourself.
That's easy enough. What's Project Dominion, though?
Best guess is it has something to do with Infinity getting into the neuroamp business. Stanley McMillan seemed to think Ryujin would be the one company threatened by this news, so their entry must involve something big.
I have to get the actual information myself?
Is what you people do. I'm just a lowly yet very well paid informant, here to point you in the right direction. Nice
Got it.
doing business with you.
I don't appreciate that he's making me do this work even though he wanted 10,000 credits for it, but okay. Okay, what do we got
What the
here?
hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway?
Oh, did that stop the audio? Whoops.
What the hell are you doing in this dump of a city anyway? You draw the short stick at work or what? Infinity sent me to get Deimos to bite on a deal. It's even got a catchy code name. Project Dominion. Sounds like world domination to me, buddy. I'd buy into that in a heartbeat. Right? I'm telling you, this Project Dominion is the real deal. We ought to be selling this to Inception or Quantum. Hell, you should be in the Astro Lounge making Ryujin Industries beg for that tech. Ha! That'd be the greatest irony of them all, but...
Did you know Deimos makes the majority of the ships for the
Dominion is
UC
finally
Navy?
gonna put
If you
Infinity
ask me,
first.
that's a hell of a lucrative contract.
Their own game.
Okay.
Do you work for me? It's
Bit of a worrying name for the
no time to chat right now.
project, but let's see what this is about. Hack novice lock? Oh, I need to hack that. Okay. Yeah, sure. New desktop. Just gotta look through all this stuff, get my character all the information, because I'm not reading all of this nonsense. Cool.
You certainly know your way around a computer system.
I wonder what's in this computer. This announcement? Okay. Alright, Imogen. I got your... Oh, wait, no. I'm not going to Imogen right now. I'm going to Ularu. Alright, Ularu. I got your information. I wasn't told that I'd have to kill someone or give them 10,000 credits.
Well, that took longer than expected. I hope whatever information Simon had was worth it.
It's something called Project Dominion.
Project Dominion? That can't be right. Give me a moment to run a decryption. Let's see. Got the key, deciphering, and done. Well, well, well. Looks like our friend Simon wasn't joking. Project Dominion isn't an Infinity LTD prototype. It's one of ours. They didn't even bother to scrub the name, meaning someone never thought they'd get caught. Come with me. Masako needs to hear about this.
Oh. That's quite the twist. Wasn't expecting that. I stole back our own stolen project. Oh no, she's right here.
Hey, Ularu? What is this about? Who is this?
This is our latest junior operative. I sent him on an assignment to rendezvous with an informant. But here's the real news. Infinity Ltd has gotten their hands on Project Dominion.
Impossible.
Not only that, they're trying to sell it under their own name.
Of course they are. We need fines to investigate this immediately. Since you found this information, I am trusting you to help investigate. You see, Project Dominion is confidential. It requires a high security clearance to even know it exists. If Infinity Ltd has obtained any information on it, that means we have a very well-connected mole within our corporation.
You need info? What is Project Dominion,
I
actually?
suppose, since we're trusting you in this investigation, I can give you some details. Project Dominion is our latest advancement in neuroamp technology. Our current neuroamps are all external devices, but Project Dominion would be the first surgically implanted internal neuroamp on the market. The project itself was nearing completion, which is why exposing the mole is of utmost importance. We can't allow any more research to fall into their hands.
That's interesting. I didn't think that neuroamps were outside the body, to be honest.
Because you exposed this information, I have little reason to suspect you. That won't mean you'll be exempt from investigation, of course.
My goodness, Ryujin has a mole problem. Huh. And here I thought your screening process
This is a
would
little
weed those
weird.
individuals out. Such a shame.
Alright, you need info, I can get it.
What I want to hear. I hope we're already putting those talents to good use. I want you to go see Dalton Fines, our Chief Security Officer. I'll send him the details. You've brought an enormous security violation to our attention, so I trust your help in any way possible. And thank you. Some operatives may have seized this as an opportunity for extortion. It's good to know your loyalty lies with us.
I don't have loyalty to any faction. That's why I'm in 3 factions right now. And we'll probably join more.
Good. You're here. So, thanks to your work in Sidonia, I'm told someone here has leaked information on Project Dominion to our adversaries at Infinity Ltd. A mole within the company means a failing in my department. We're initiating Security Directive Theta, which means a full sweep of every employee in this building, Masako and myself included.
Okay, but is it okay that we're leaving this guy in
Directive
charge?
Theta allows for a third party to conduct the sweep. This way, the results can be objective.
Okay.
We don't conduct the sweep ourselves, but the ones who do have proven to be extremely thorough. Directive Theta has one unique case, and that's Ularu Chen. The directive calls for a specialized programmer known as Nix to investigate her, but he'll need your assistance for an unusual assignment.
Why is Ularu special?
Ularu has the ability to thwart any investigation, so it's imperative she knows nothing about this directive.
Oh.
Her knowledge and talents are why she's the chief of operations. So she is the best equipped to evade detection.
Yeah, opening to a third party seems weird, but I take it that Nix is trustworthy?
We don't deal in trust here. Think more in terms of mutual benefit and leverage. And in this case, it's mutual benefit. Nix will be giving you a program to run on Ularu's computer that will pull any data needed to prove her guilty or innocent. Your job is to infiltrate Ryujin Tower as an anonymous outsider in order to run this program completely off the books. This means your keycard will be turned off, and the security guards in the building will consider you to be trespassing.
That sounds... Yeah, won't the security guards recognize
We
me?
employ over 100 members of our security team who rotate floors and shifts. It's possible you'd be recognized, but even so, my orders will be strict. Authorized security personnel only. And you certainly won't qualify, making you an immediate suspect.
Okay. What happens if I get caught?
If you get caught, the guards will follow standard procedure and lock you up in a cell for questioning. Provided you don't provoke them. And I strongly advise against provoking them. These are your fellow employees. We want this to go as smoothly as possible.
Okay, so I won't get shot on sight. That's good to know.
At least one of us is. In the meantime, I'll ensure all non-essential employees, Ularu included, have left the building, claiming routine security maintenance. During that time, I'll be unlocking access to the tower's ventilation system, which you can utilize to help avoid detection. I'm also issuing you a disruptor, which should help in avoiding casualties should a worst-case scenario turn up.
Okay, what's a disruptor?
It concerns me that you don't know. A disruptor is a non-lethal weapon. Our subsidiary, Arboron, makes an excellent one that I'll be issuing you. It will stun your target, giving you a chance to get away, but you'll only have so much time before the effects wear off.
I guess that's what I used when the Terramorphs invaded.
Ularu doesn't know about Directive Theta, but she'll fully expect a building closure while we investigate. As far as she knows, it's standard procedure, one that she no doubt has already made accommodations for. This is why we're bringing in a third party. She won't be expecting to go up against Neon's best. And it's also why secrecy is of utmost importance. Not even our own security detail can know, in case the information leaks.
This is so weird. What a weird plan, but okay. Sure.
I'll keep a watchful eye and make certain your employee doesn't go on some kind of rampage.
Good. No one can know about this, not even our own guards. So stealth will be of utmost importance. In fact, as much as I appreciate the words of your associate here, you may be better off heading in alone. Any precautions to mitigate risk should be taken. You'll meet Nyx at Madame Sauvage's place. He knows Directive Theta has been enacted.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Hopefully I won't be spotted, but the stealth... When it comes to enemies that are meant to attack you, the stealth is questionable. I mean, the stealth is also questionable when they're not meant to attack you, in the sense that it's way too easy to get past them in that case, but when they are meant to attack you, they detect you very easily in this game. Are you Nyx?
Neon's the only place where my talents are actually respected. You got an appointment? 'Cause if not, consider this area reserved. Wow, nice to meet you too. Good thing you aren't with marketing. I've written up a program just for the occasion, but as Ryujin knows, it's yours for either a price or a favor.
Persuade. What's... I mean, there's no point in persuade. What's the favor?
While you're snooping around in the tower, I just need you to hit up one more workstation on the way. It's Camden Cho's. Just run the same program on the slate I'll give you, and you're good. It's that simple.
What's the significance of Camden Cho?
Between me and another client. But you can bet if someone wants something in old Camden, it's not because they like him.
What do you plan on doing with
Let's
the
just say
information?
it's nothing beyond something that Ryujin would do to anyone else.
I don't think
We
so.
have something called integrity. You should try using it sometime.
Suit yourself. So why don't we get back to that payment?
Oh man, I really don't care that much, so I would do the favor usually, but
Oh, I'm pretty sure it's not.
in this case, I feel like I need to uphold my credibility. Can you just cut me a break here, man?
Break in neon? I don't think so.
I thought everything was
Well, in this
negotiable in
scenario,
neon.
You thought wrong. I suppose you're not wrong. Maybe I could be a little more reasonable on that price.
Okay. Oh man, I feel like I should auto persuade here.
I get the feeling you're trying to stiff me. Alright, you win. No wonder Ryujin hired you.
All right, 1,000
A
credits is
pleasure,
more
as
reasonable.
always. Your job is simple. Just run this little beauty on Ularu Chen's computer, and the program will take care of the rest. Once you're done, bring the slate back to me at my place. Whatever encryption Ularu has is bound to take some real work. More than my little setup here can handle.
Sounds good to me.
It's nice to see you know more than just sneaking around and talking a good game. Here's the slate. I'll be waiting.
I don't really know why we're dealing with this person. He's not trustworthy at all, but whatever. I get that they said that we're not about trust. It's all about mutual benefits or whatever. But man, it's quite the choice to trust me with this guy. I also don't like that I'm paying for all these things out of my own pocket. I was not told that I'd have to take this route. This was not part of the deal. This is way above my pay grade. Okay. Who is in the nearby vicinity that's protecting me? I'm stealing these credits. I'll take that too, whatever that is. What is this? Okay, so I assume that'll make it so that it's harder to get detected. This is exactly why I'm saving around every corner. Okay. To somehow get past this guy. Drone demo. Is this to distract someone?
I wish some of these robots were within Constellation's budget. It'd be an immense help to our operation.
That's really cool. Honestly, I'm surprised. This is pretty impressive for an open world game like this. I'm actually very surprised by this. This is way more than I expected. This stealth mission is very impressive for a game like this. Am I on the right floor? Looks like I still need to go another floor up. So, another thing that interests me here is this mission shows me that there is actually a mechanic where characters will detect that you're trespassing in a certain territory. Why don't they use that more often? Because there were a few missions where I had to go into a different territory. And I just casually walked in. Oh, Sarah scared the hell out of me.
Stop running if you know what's good for you!
You're making things harder for yourself!
They're struggling a bit with that door, it seems. Well, you guys keep struggling. I'm just gonna relax. Or is there like something that'll help me out here? Doesn't look like it really. Oh wait, here we go. That's huge. Is there a vent in this room? There is. Okay. This might be my ticket home. Here we go. Where is this taking me? Where is this?
You know what, on second thought, I don't want to know.
Okay. Okay. We're home free. Jesus. Took forever to get past that part. Okay. Come on. Save that. No vents here that I could use? No? Yeah, they won't detect me while I'm down here, right?
Have your doc at Reliant Medical take a look. You always wearing sunscreen?
Where does this lead me? Did this just take me backwards? No. Right? Nope, this took me backwards. Okay. amount of stealth they want me to do
The
here.
fact that the neuroamp can control and manipulate people against their will is disgusting. The device shouldn't be allowed to exist.
Sarah, can you shut up? We're sneaking around in enemy territory right now. We do not have the time to be talking so loud, especially when they're right around the corner. Are you trying to get us killed? Alright. Cool. They won't be mad that I stole a few digipicks and stuff, right? I'm sure they won't mind. Activate that. Save. This room looks suspicious. Is there a vent in here? Yes, there is. Okay. And this will take me right to a room. Perfect. Oh my god. That was absurd. And this stuff I've already looked through. Okay. I have to sneak out too? You're kidding me, dude. Please tell me that there's an easier way to sneak out. I don't want to go through all of that. There better be like an easy way to get out of here. Okay, thank goodness. That would have been absurd if they asked me to sneak all the way back too.
The job's done, and no one was seriously harmed. I call that an excellent day's work.
I agree. That worked out really well. Where am I? Oh, I'm all the way up here. This is pretty cool. Can I go further up? Alright, job's
You
done.
take care of the right people, they take care of you. So, you made it. Guess Ryujin's security really is slipping.
Not my first grab jump.
An old pro, huh? No wonder Ryujin likes you so much. Now, I'll take that program back that I gave you, and let's give the data a look.
All of that money at their disposal and a cutting-edge megacorp like Ryujin can't prevent a hacker from leeching their data. Unbelievable.
Okay, that's a little unfair. They left the security open for me. So I get what you mean. I also want to say something similar.
The program I gave you to run on Ularu's computer basically opens an all-access backdoor for me. I can see everything and anything, so let's take a look. Ularu has some impressive encryption on her files. Not that I can't crack it, of course. Circumventing protections, running decryption. This should just take a moment now.
Alright.
Damn, I'm good. That went faster than I thought. I'm saving several files to a slate for Dalton, including access history and anything related to Project Dominion. Adding in new encryption for him as well, so he's the only one that can view these. And done. You're all set.
All right.
You ready to wrap this up?
Thanks, man. You didn't steal any data, right?
New encrypted slate. Let me tell you, it looks like fun times ahead for Ryujin. Technically, I'm not supposed to look, but it's kind of hard to not see what's going on while running all my software. Since you came through on your end, let's just say that slate isn't going to paint the best picture for Ms. Imogene Salzo. But bear in mind,
she's the mole?
you're dealing with some pretty talented people when it comes to falsifying information. I can be sure because I know my business. But like anything, evidence alone can't tell the full story. The rest is up to you and Dalton to piece together.
This doesn't sound like
Don't
something
be too
Imogene
sure
would
about
do.
that. Imogene was practically raised in the corporate underworld. I'd almost guarantee there's intent behind everything she does.
That's true.
Here's the slate. As usual, always a pleasure doing business with Ryujin.
Damn. So she's the mole? Or maybe they made it so that it just looked like she was the mole? I'm really curious. There's no way she's the mole, right? It has to be. I mean, if she was the mole, that wouldn't really make sense. Because this was stuff found on Ularu's computer. So I'm very curious as to why it would be on Ularu's computer if Imogene was the mole.
I assume you were successful. I didn't get any incident reports last night, so I applaud your work.
It was a success, but you definitely have some security issues to address.
It will be handled once this mess is cleared up. Now, let's see what we have here. I didn't think it was possible. But someone's been accessing Ularu's files remotely.
Oh.
It's quite a complicated trace, too. I'm impressed Nix was able to track all of this. Damn. And there's our culprit. Imogene Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist, and one of the few I had in mind for who could pull this off.
What motive would she have?
Anything. Credits, grudges, even boredom.
You know, I don't know how much faith I have in Imogene, because it is totally possible for her to do something like this.
Well, she has the means and access. But things are rarely so cut and dry.
Imogene? She doesn't seem the type. But maybe that's her tactic. If she had me thinking that way, perhaps it proves that she's a master manipulator.
Well, before we make any harsh decisions, I'll need to question her myself. I want you to head to her office and escort her here. We have to make sure she doesn't try anything before I have a chance to speak with her.
I like to imagine that when Sarah was talking, she was actually hiding behind the wall to give us privacy, but was listening in and started talking out loud as if she was trying to convey the message without acting like she was listening in.
If she runs, the guilt will be apparent. And you'll have no choice but to dispose of her.
Why me?
As much as I'd like you to subdue her and bring her in, Imogene would never allow it. She knows what fate lies ahead for those who betray this corporation and get caught.
I have a disruptor still. I could stun her, I'm sure.
I just want to avoid a scene. Sending you keeps the rumor mill at bay.
Ah, that makes sense.
Good. When you're dealing with corporate workers, discerning the truth from the lies is the hardest part.
Alright. Cool. Are you okay, Sarah? Jeez. You were in a rush to get somewhere.
I better do this right.
Let me guess. Looking for Imogene?
Oh, where'd she
Try not
go?
to harass my techs too much. They have work to do. I'm sure you can tell by now. She isn't here, which is a shame since I have several documents I need her to sign off on. She's always been the master of avoiding desk work.
I've heard the opposite.
There are work skills and there are life skills. I can't help it if I have both. She hasn't stepped into the office since the maintenance closure, probably abusing her paid time off again. I know for a fact she doesn't have any external meetings or business trips. Well, that desk work is what keeps your cred stick full, and this company 2 steps ahead. So why are you looking for Imogene? Is she in trouble?
I work for her.
Yeah, no thanks. Getting information out of Dalton is like talking to a wall. Besides, speculation is far more fun. I have Imogene's last location at Frankie's Grab and Go, which we all know is a front for the Sioka Syndicate. You'll want to get executive sign-off if you plan on chasing after her. I'd say Dalton is your best bet.
Perhaps we need to get Dalton's permission to relieve ourselves as well. Good lord, this corporation keeps you on a short leash.
What do you think she's doing
Your guess
there?
is as good as mine, but she's up to something. I could tell she was trying to cover her tracks, but this is my job. And there's a reason I'm in charge of the technicians here. Is there an echo in the room? Yeah, Frankie's is a front. Crap convenience store on the outside, high-tech hideout on the inside. Of course, the only people that really know that are Ryujin, Bayu, and the Syndicate itself.
Okay.
I forgot you're familiar with Neon and Bayu's intricate web of connections. I suppose if you want to be efficient, you could bypass Dalton and go straight to Bayu. You're just cutting out the middleman, right? Word of advice. If you're planning on foregoing authorization and just tiptoeing your way to Imogene, park your friend at the door. Two's a crowd if you're trying to lay low. Good luck finding Imogene. Oh, and if you do catch up with her, be sure to let her know I had everything to do with it.
Okay. Can
I
you
don't
talk to me?
recall sending for anyone. What do you want?
I like your shirt. Very interesting.
It's been a very beneficial partnership. As long as we continue to look out for our mutual interests, I can't complain. And just why would I grant that kind of permission to you? As long as it doesn't involve the Syndicate members themselves, I'll tell you what. I'll make sure the Syndicate lets you in hassle-free, provided you do a little something for me.
What does that mean? What do you
And
want?
What mutual benefit would that be?
I'm helping your business. What do you mean?
But more importantly, what's good for me is good for Ryujin. This is starting to sound like my kind of deal. All right. You talk a good game. And I suppose if we're looking at a mutually beneficial situation, there's no reason for me not to allow such a small favor. Check in with Ms. Moore at Frankie's. I'll send word along that you're to be expected, so she shouldn't give you any trouble. Fair warning, The Syndicate should let you search any common areas, but if anyone catches you snooping around private quarters, I'll just say, be prepared for some hostilities.
I can handle it. You're like the top dog in the city, right? I'm very curious. What do you have in your pocket? Yeah, that seems good.
What'll it be? You lost, kiddo?
No. This is a store, isn't it?
Sure, I just don't get too many quality customers here. Most folks head over to Newell's or the Emporium if they've got the creds. I'd say less than half my customers are legit. The others are just kids up to no good.
Did you be saying that out loud? Okay.
Oh, so you're the one getting special treatment. Don't look like much to me. I've got one rule for you in there, so it shouldn't be hard to remember. 3rd floor is off limits. They catch you snooping around, and it's open season.
Fair enough.
Don't worry, she wouldn't be allowed up there either. For the record, I'm only granting you access because I have to. You'll find that young lady you're looking for holed up in a room almost straight ahead. Just remember to keep your eyes on the prize. The less you consider this an open house, the better.
Fair enough. I won't bother you too much. That's pretty cool. It's hidden behind a freezer. I like that. What's up, people? We good here? Y'all won't attack me? Why is there a level 32 in the same place there's a level 6? What the hell?
Well, this amount of firepower is a bit of overkill, wouldn't you say?
Not really.
I figured our paths would cross sooner or later. Not that I thought I was safe, but I never expected anyone to just slip by all the Syndicate here.
Oh, it was pretty easy. Turns out when you're connected to the person who runs the entire town, you get into a lot of places without any trouble. What do you have to say to me,
I had a
Imogen?
feeling you'd be the one to come after me.
How'd you even know about the
You stay in this
investigation?
business long enough, you get enough favors and connections that can help you see anything coming. Nyx owed me a favor and gave me the heads up.
Oh, that's unexpected.
Yes and no, but mostly no. Just hear me out, okay?
Mostly no. Okay. Got some explaining to do
this
then.
Doesn't look good, but I had no choice. Ularu set me up. Yes, I've been acting as a double agent, but because she ordered me to. The assignment was meant to deceive, not benefit. And Project Dominion is way above my pay grade. It'd be impossible for me to deliver it. At least, intentionally.
Ooh, you think Ularu did this?
Of course. But first you have to understand, she used me to play an unwitting part in this, so I'm the one that takes the fall. That's why I said it'd be impossible for me to intentionally pull this off.
You know what? This sounds really believable. And considering my Neon Street Rat thing says that I believe you, I think I believe you.
I'm not the one with motive here. First, I'm not about to reboot my life. Second, I'm not spending the rest of my life looking over my shoulder for the next field op they'd send after me. You're trusting me on this one. Huh. Not to cast doubt on myself, but I fully expected to push my persuasion skills to the limit.
Well, I am a Neon Street Rat. This is the reason why I trust her, because if it's between her and Ularu, I'd choose her more, to be honest. Oh well.
I can see Genevieve and Alexis cringing over those words. If you live in Neon long enough, it's not a surprise you'd start to see the darker side. This slate holds the evidence to prove my innocence. I just need you to make sure Dalton sees it.
Sure. I'll make
I was
sure
hoping
Dalton
you
gets
would.
it.
I'm still going to lay low until I hear the coast is clear. As long as Ularu still thinks I'm on the run, she'll remain confident that her plan is working. And I know you don't hear it much around the office, but thanks.
So Ularu is the actual culprit. That complicates things.
Okay, so I have to confront Ularu. I don't know how to feel about this, but it doesn't sound like a very good idea.
No funny business.
I can take this. It says it's not stealing. Weird.
Well, look who's back. Dalton's gonna lose it when he finds out you went to the Syndicate without talking to him. True. Dalton couldn't argue with that. At least he had the good sense to speak to Bayou. So tell me, what did you find out?
That's not for you to know. Why are you so... Yeah, what's the information worth to you?
If you think I'm paying for that information, think again. It's just a matter of time before it finds its way onto my desk. And I can be a very patient person.
He showed up way too conveniently, and I feel like she has a lot to do with this.
Inside the Syndicate? That area is off limits, and I think we both know why. Imogene knew exactly what she was doing when she went there.
You'll have to ask Dalton.
I had a feeling you'd say that. Enjoy your time with Dalton. It'll all trickle back to me sooner or later.
Imagine this is all just like a convoluted test to make sure that I'm still loyal. That would be impressive. Okay, Ularu first, because she's optional.
Is there something I can help you with? Excuse me? Let me close this door before you say anything else you might regret. Just a moment.
Is the door closing? Do you have to close the door using your computer?
Shutting the door and engaging locks.
Okay. I don't know why you couldn't just close the door like a normal person by going to the door.
That's better. And that's quite the story you just threw in my face. Not to mention a serious accusation. And just where is this absurd notion coming from? Is this a game? I wasn't aware. Dalton. You obviously don't know him at all.
Okay.
Oh, will you? If you only knew the number of truths we corporations hide on a daily basis, perhaps you'd rethink that statement. I don't think so. Looks like someone's been brushing up on their corporate skills. Fine. Since it's just you and me here, I'll come clean. I leaked Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd. But I'm no mole.
Oh my god, what is happening here? If not a mole, what are you, a double agent?
Please. It's insulting that you think I'd actually be working for someone other than Ryujin or myself.
So...
With the amount of secrecy and security surrounding that project, I'm happy to report that's true. You see, I'm not a mole. I'm an opportunist. And no one is more loyal to Ryujin than I am. Masako, on the other hand, is losing her touch. Ryujin needs strong leadership for what lies ahead. A CEO who can make the hard decisions.
So you want to replace Masako? How does pinning this on Imogen do that?
It
Yeah.
was never my intent to involve Imogene. But when you arrived with information on Project Dominion, I knew Infinity had screwed up. I had no choice but to act fast. Imogene is the only one that Dalton and the others would believe was capable of pulling this off. It had to be her.
Oh wow, you threw her under the bus just like that.
It's all part of my plan. But don't worry. Infinity Ltd will never be able to complete Vina's work. I made sure of that.
What do you mean by
What do
hard
you
decisions?
If someone was a threat to your family, would you be satisfied waiting for them to strike? Of course not. You'd eliminate the threat before it had a chance to act. In some cases, before it even realized what it was capable of.
You sound a little crazy, I'm not gonna lie.
Back then, hard decisions were all about screwing people over and white-collar crime. Today, they're more about ensuring success, by any means necessary. So, now that you know, it's time to see how good you are at making hard decisions. With your help, I can take down Masako and make the credits worth your while. So whose side are you on? Masako's or Ryujin's?
Alright.
I'm losing patience.
I don't even know what you just told me. I had a phone call, sorry. I wasn't paying attention. I don't care how you frame it. I don't think if it means better job security.
Well, it seems we're at an impasse now. The only way you stop me from carrying out my plans to depose Masako is to kill me.
My
You could try
God.
to get me fired, but that only delays my plans. Face it, this isn't a game you can win. Go ahead. I guarantee any evidence you have is circumstantial at best. I've created the perfect scapegoat in Imogene. It'd be your word against mine, and I'm pretty sure the odds are in my favor.
I'm sure the odds are in my favor, to be honest.
I admit, I misjudged Infinity Ltd's level of competency. If only I'd have gone to see Simon myself, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But I've learned from that mistake. So good luck. You won't find a thing.
Imogene and I have frequent discussions over security, so the request shouldn't raise any red flags. So, you're finally back. With no sign of Imogene. And here I thought sending you after her would be a simple task. So you did find her, and yet failed to bring her in. I'm looking forward to this explanation.
Alright, this can prove energy and Ularu herself confessed.
I find it hard to believe Ularu would take the chance to incriminate herself. But if this slate provides indisputable evidence to corroborate your story, well, that's enough proof for me.
It's circumstantial,
It will be a relief
supposedly.
to reinstate Imogene as well. Now, I need to undertake the laborious task of writing up a report to summarize all of this.
Wait.
In the meantime, Masako has requested your presence in R&D. She wants you to meet her in Vinakara's office.
Can I explain to you what the full story?
Vina's the head of our research and development team. She's the creator of Project Dominion, and often considered the protege of Ray DeCaris, Ryujin's founder.
How do I
Just
get
take
there?
the elevator down to research and development. You'll find Dr. Kara's...
Okay, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that.
Masako's been focusing on how to deal with Infinity Ltd. And their knowledge of Project Dominion. I believe her plans rely heavily on you.
Why me? Like, I joined this company like 2 days ago. As far as you guys are concerned, I'm like the newest person in this company.
Not that I enjoy it, but I wouldn't trust anyone but myself with these reports as it is.
Okay. Oh, I was about to say, I only got 1,000 credits for that? God damn, dude.
Don't cause any trouble.
I need that Rothicite if we want to complete the neuroamp.
Good, you're here. It's time to put a plan in motion to take full control of this situation with Infinity Ltd.
Okay,
In
sure.
due time. We don't know to what extent Infinity has taken the current neuroamp schematics, so our top priority is completing our own. Let me introduce you to Vina Kalra, Head of Research and Development. She'll give you the initial details.
Yes, details. You see, the internal neuroamp is supposed to consist of 2 parts. The first part, the part Infinity stole, handles the manipulative effects. The second part is a shielding modification designed to protect the user against other neuroamp users.
Okay.
Well, we can't, but the shielding aspect was never officially a part of Project Dominion. It was an afterthought of how to safeguard our own people from being manipulated, so it was being researched separately as a mod. The research itself was in early stages, too early for board approval, so only myself, DeMarcus, and Masako know about it.
Makes sense. It'd be foolish to get one and not the other. Yeah, but I don't approve of that, really.
You got that right.
No one wants their greatest asset used against them. Once Vina can complete the internal neuroamp and shielding mod, the plan is to outfit you with both and have you infiltrate Infinity Ltd. We can't risk the assignment until we know your mind has the necessary protection.
I think implanting that device into your head is a mistake. But it's your choice, not mine.
What benefit do I get from this? Like, does it actually, like, increase my stats in any way or something? That would be really cool.
You're a Ryujin employee, and we need a job done. We've trusted you this far, so I feel it's safe to continue the trend.
Okay, but I don't feel safe doing this.
We expect our employees to do whatever it takes to ensure Ryujin's success. Consider this an opportunity, not a risk. Besides, you're in good hands with Vina.
Yay.
Good. That's all I wanted to hear.
And all I need is the last piece of the puzzle. The final kink in both designs was finding compatible materials to use for conductivity that the human body wouldn't reject. I've finally created the perfect alloy, but it requires a newly discovered refined element called Rothicite.
Which is where I come in. We have a confidential contract with Consolidated Mining to gather, refine, and ship the Rothicite straight to us. Their last shipment is late, and neither we nor Consolidated Mining have had any communication with the Carinae station.
Okay. That can't be good.
My thoughts exactly.
We need you to head out there, secure the shipment, and bring it back here so Vina can complete her prototype. And I want to know what happened. We need to take any safety measures to make sure this doesn't
Oh, I can finally explain to her? Finally. Oh, never mind. She meant why they went offline. Okay.
Unfortunately, yes, so be prepared. Extensive tests and research were done on the planet, so the chances that this is environmental are slim. And setting up a station like this is second nature for Consolidated Mining, with plenty of redundancies in place to handle mechanical failures.
Okay.
The mining station is CM Station RC-1. It's on a moon called Carinae 3A in the Carinae system. The shipment should be in the research and control tower, but the outside doors are kept locked down. This keycard will let you enter the mines so you can access the tower from the inside. Good luck.
Once we have the Rothesire
station was
finally
wiped out
set
by
my plan in motion.
something.
Don't worry, we'll figure it out and get that shipment back.
The
It's
way
times like these when I'm glad I have an office job.
the way he said it might be wiped out by something has me a little worried, because I was just assuming that it was spacers or something that took over
We'll
the
have to look
place.
into a more
But now I'm
effective way to
thinking
save
something
distress calls
on
from dislocations.
the line, something along
Let's
the
hope
lines
for
of
the best.
Terramorph.
I fear the worst for the people on that station.
Okay, I guess there's no point in talking to her. She doesn't care about the information I have for her. Dude, I'll gladly kill these guys. Just show me the entrance. Oh! I love that. Oh. Nope. That's not it. Here we go. I'll gladly stock up on things that don't take up any mass. Okay. Just die, man. You're wasting so much of my ammo right now. Jesus Christ, Sarah, relax. Right? Contraband cache. Oh my god, you scared the hell out of me. Something's blowing up. Okay. Whoa. Cool. Legendary. Okay. I'll hop down here, see what's going on.
You're searching, then make it quick.
Whoa. That's cool. That might be better than the outfit I have now, is it? It is, just slightly. That's impressive. That's really impressive. I'm shocked.
To just throw the bodies of these miners here. This is so disrespectful.
That's crazy. I'm shocked I got something better than the Mantis armor. This place isn't even that high level of a place. Why am I being subjected to this weather when I'm indoors right now? Oh my god, what is happening? Tara, you can't shoot from there. Oh my god! Oh my gosh, he disintegrated. Oh my god, that's gonna kill me. Okay. Alright. notes. Kendrick Lane in the Narian system. Freestar Collective. That's interesting that the Freestar Collective is involved. Okay. And look at shipments. Okay, we gotta find this Kendrick Lane person.
Ma'am, I'm just curious. I understand that. I'm not blaming you directly. Dr. Salvato, how long have you been here? Hey there.
This area's off limits. Authorized personnel only. Yeah, I bet you do.
I'm Freestar.
Not my problem. I'm getting tired of telling you that isn't going to happen. Come on, don't be that way. Maybe we can work something out. Fine, I'll issue you an access card. Infinity better get it together.
Who's Infinity? Okay, whatever.
It's good to be back on board.
Sean, I don't want to go over this again. I'm tired, all right? Just not today.
Hey, who let you in here? This is a restricted area.
Oh, Infinity LTD. I forgot that that's their name.
In that case, you'll want to speak to Dr. Lane.
I'm not ruining my career over this. Excuse me, but this is a restricted area. You need to leave.
Security.
Your timing could be better. A little warning next time. I'll just take a moment to check up on my patient.
Okay. Sounds cool to me. Do I still go invisible, by the way? I do. Oh, the internal neural amp is like a weapon. They're trying to figure out how to make the internal neural amp work. Is basically all that matters here. I'm not reading all this. Interesting. They're doing live tests. Okay. And that's that. It was a lot of work. I better be paid way more than 11,000 credits. This is the most work I've done yet.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
Hey there.
Is that my beautiful shipment? You were right about this one, Masako. 100% pure, though. When it comes to the brain, we don't want to take any risks. Now, I shall excuse myself and get to work on finalizing this prototype.
So, what did you learn about CM Station RC-1? Lucas must be desperate if he hired them to collect the Rothocyte. Were there any survivors?
Not that I've seen. Why were there no
Our
guards?
station on Carone 3A and Consolidated Mining's contract were both confidential. We had no reason to believe they'd be under any threat. Of course, we had no reason to believe we had a mole either.
Okay. None, but I paid in
I
blood.
may not condone murder, but I refuse to have sympathy for indiscriminate killers like Ecliptic, especially after massacring innocents working for us. Now, I also had a report that you were spotted at the clinic. I take it you traced the shipment there?
How, man, you guys really got... Yeah, why am I
Our
here?
technicians are thorough, but they aren't that thorough. Your ship docking there simply caught their attention is all. But on the off chance it was related to your assignment, they're currently combing through the clinic records as we speak. Dr. Lane? I believe Vina is familiar with his work, specializing in neurosurgery. Were you able to determine what he was doing at the clinic?
You damn right I was.
So, it sounds like Lucas has reached a new level of desperation to ensure his future as CEO.
To hell with corporations and CEOs and profit margins. People have died, and you aren't showing the least bit of remorse.
People always die, Sarah.
I'll make sure Yuko's team extracts every bit of information they can from the clinic's database on this. Between hiring Ecliptic and unauthorized human trials, we have enough to take Lucas down for good. And with the Rotha secure, it's almost time for us to make our move.
Okay. I don't know how Infinity turned into such a villain in this, but I guess they're the villain now. How long is this going to take?
Not long, according to her. She and DeMarcus have everything prepped and ready. I believe it's just a matter of creating the alloy and molding it according to her design.
Okay.
Aren't we all? Head up to the executive floor and speak to Dalton. He has an update for you on the mole's identity. I've called a meeting and I expect you to attend. It's time to put the final plan in motion.
Okay. You only gave me 1,000 credits. You guys, okay, 5,800 credits. You guys are the cheapest people ever. Can't believe I'm working with this corporation that can't afford anything.
All right, on time. I reevaluated all the evidence. It took every resource I had, but the final answer is clear. Ularu is the mole.
I told you.
Imogene wasn't responsible. That poor woman.
In due time. I'll be reaching out, but right now we need her to remain in hiding.
Okay.
Indeed. I've briefed Masako and discussed her plans on handling this. While we both agree Ularu is guilty, we need irrefutable evidence before presenting this to the board. For now, we lead everyone to believe that Imogene was the mole, and the situation was dealt with.
Must that poor woman's name be continuously dragged through the mud? These nonsensical decisions need to stop.
My God, Sarah, you're such a goody two-shoes. Like, just leave me alone. Things happen, man. It's too bad.
Imogene is a resourceful woman. I have no doubt she's in a safe house of her own design. In fact, she probably sees this as a paid vacation. My guess is she's lounging on a couch somewhere, binging all those movies she hasn't had time to watch. The people we're dealing with will expect nothing less. Masako has tasked Ularu with writing the program to bring down Infinity Ltd. We believe she'll take the chance to incriminate Masako within the program. So this could provide the evidence we're looking for. You will be tasked with the assignment to infiltrate Infinity. So, before you go, I want you to bring that program to me.
Okay, man, they're making my job more and more difficult and not paying me more for this.
Then we'll have to find another way to build a case against Ularu. And it won't be easy. If I can't find hidden code on a single slate, I certainly deserve to be fired. Ularu is limited in what she can hide here. Plus, she'll have no reason to believe anyone will be looking in the first place. Good. Once Ularu believes she's properly deflected any suspicion, I've no doubt she'll be bold enough to hide something within whatever program she writes. Now, let's attend a meeting.
I'm invisible. That's amazing. I like that. Everything except for my torso is invisible because this suit isn't part of it. That's amazing.
We called you all together to discuss a recent security breach. We discovered a mole within the company who leaked vital information about Project Dominion to Infinity Ltd.
You've got to be kidding me. Just don't tell me it's Vina. I think we've all noticed she's not here.
Before you speculate any further, no, it's not Vina. The guilty party is Imogene Salzo, much to my disappointment. Our operative here obtained the evidence to confirm it.
Yes, I was able to find...
Dalton, how does something like this happen?
Imogene is highly trained. Ularu can even speak to that. We demand the best. So that's the threat we deal with.
I may have well-trained operatives, but security is your responsibility, Dalton. This is a huge failing on your part.
Wow, the audacity.
But let's not forget, the mole has already been exposed and dealt with.
Of course, thanks to another of my operatives.
I'd even go beyond symptom and call it a trait. Imogene's been dealt with, so bickering is pointless. All I care about is reacquiring our property and what this might be costing us financially.
Vina is completing the internal neuroamp prototype as we speak. Our operative will receive the implant, infiltrate Infinity Ltd, and obtain any and all research. I have it on good authority. The experimentations they've done to replicate the missing pieces of our work have resulted in fatalities.
Yep.
Botched human trials and murder for hire? You don't bounce back from that. At least not with Infinity's legal team.
If I may make a suggestion, we should give this evidence to David at SSNN. It's the best neutral method of releasing this information to the general public.
That'd make my job easier.
David it is, then.
Misako, the internal neuroamp is ready if you want to send down the candidate.
I hope you're ready for this.
Hardly, but it's not like I have much of a choice.
You always have a choice. You just have to decide which set of consequences you prefer to live with. Vina will be waiting for you in the neuroamp division in R&D. Once you're done, meet me in my office. Be ready to discuss the details of your next assignment.
I love that. Seeing me in a full suit of armor, just my head invisible. So goofy.
Check those measurements are right.
This unit does not possess advanced...
Ah, here's my lucky candidate. I hope you're ready to embark on one amazing journey.
You sound very cheery about this. What exactly
The
does this
internal
do?
neuroamp is basically the next leap in our line of influential amplifiers. It gives the user dominion over a less dominant target, meaning you can heavily influence another person's thoughts and actions.
That's wild.
Technically, that remains to be seen. It's not legal, but those decisions will be left up to a higher power who is neither you nor me.
I can see why it's
Oh,
confidential.
yeah. It gives Ryujin Industries a huge advantage over the competition. So, are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Hey, we may not like the options, but we all have choices.
You guys all
Now,
suck
just
saying
a
the
few
same
details
thing.
Before we begin, obviously we'll be putting you under. I'll be making a small incision in the back of your skull where the internal neuroamp will be fitted. The whole procedure should only take 3 to 4 hours with little to no downtime afterwards, provided DeMarcus got everything entered correctly.
Did I not just say I quadruple checked the numbers?
You know I'm just giving you a hard time. Besides, I've got to make sure my patient is reassured.
Right. Yeah, I felt the same, to be honest. Yeah. What sort of risks are
There's
here?
little to no risk, assuming your brain is typical and you don't have any adverse reaction to the anesthesia. First sign of trouble, we back out and start evaluating other candidates.
Alright.
You're gonna be fine. All I'm saying is that you're in good hands. Now, just lie down on the table once you're ready, and we should be good to go.
Okay. See what happens to me because of this. I'm sorry if it gets a little hard to do the surgery on me. My head is a little invisible.
Let's get this party started.
So we're done?
Well, well, look who's finally up. The operation was a success, obviously. Once you're able to refocus, let me know how you're doing.
Okay.
So, how are you feeling? You look good?
Can I try to use my mind control powers on you?
That's exactly what we want. Just a couple quick notes before using the internal neuroamp. First, you can only influence one person at a time. And second, the effect is temporary, so be prepared if you use it in a combat situation.
So, can I do like a Jedi mind trick on people?
Let's just say it varies based on the user. Some people have greater mental capabilities than others, which would increase the duration.
I basically can do a Jedi mind trick on people.
Now that's something to talk to the drone engineers about. Now let's test this sucker out. DeMarcus has graciously volunteered for science, he says.
Alright.
That's the spirit. DeMarcus loves being hands-on and experiencing things on his own. It's probably why he's the second most published scientist here, after me. Just head up the stairs nearby to the observation deck.
I'm excited to see how this works out. Let's see what happens.
You don't smell
It'd be really cool if I could use this in all situations after this, too. Oh my god! It might actually be a thing that I could use in all situations if it's showing me this. This sounds cool. Hold on. So I do this, and then get that. Okay. And then do this to get that. There we go.
On the one hand, I'm fascinated by the incredible technology. On the other, I'm terrified what could happen should this fall into the wrong hands.
Oh my god, that was incredible. What was it like?
Wow. How to describe it? 1 minute I was excited about seeing how the experiment would go. The next, I had a brief moment of disorientation and figured I must have lost my train of thought. It felt eerily natural. And yes, I admit it, just as you predicted.
I knew it, I knew it, I knew it! I can hardly wait to finish writing out my latest dissertation. And you owe me 100 creds.
I'll be keeping myself under constant surveillance now. I'm curious if any other side effects may manifest.
Man, can you move out of the way? Oh, this sucks. I'm basically trapped here.
So, tell me all about it. How did it feel? Any side effects?
Do I get compensation?
Well, I'd leave that up for Alexis and Lyndon to decide. Compensation's not really my thing.
Oh. This kind of text should be banned.
Well, luckily that isn't up for you to decide. I hope you know, you're talking about banning my life's biggest accomplishment.
I'd even go as far as to call it the settled system's biggest accomplishment. That's something Ryujin isn't going to let go of easily. It really was fascinating how all I experienced was a moment of disorientation. It's truly remarkable tech.
Yeah, I mean, I agree, but this feels like it'd be really bad.
Not at all. But I can imagine if I experienced disorientation like that, but regained my awareness in another room, it could be a bit jarring. We'll definitely be running some more tests in the future, though. So many situations to account for.
This is a really dangerous tech.
Those are the kind of edge cases that I let the board work out. Obviously, tech like this is going to come with its fair share of red tape. When it comes to your job, you bet it does. Besides, the neuroelm isn't total control. If a subject's morals or beliefs in something are strong enough, we still see points of failure. That being said, it's been interesting to discover the actions our subjects sanction in their own minds.
Okay. As much as I'd love to go over the details and potential of this amazing piece of technology I created, Masako wants to see you. It sounds like you have an assignment to complete, and DeMarcus and I have a lot of notes to record.
And I did not think that the Ryujin Industries quest line would end up with something like this. They've been all just like random errands that don't really catch your eye, but somehow it ended up with the craziest thing ever. Alright, I'm gonna end my playthrough here for today, and we'll pick this up next time. See you guys then! Peace! Oh, well, I guess I'll let the dialogue finish first. Alright, peace for real this time. See ya.